Hello and welcome. This is Shanan Cunnington of Embrace Network. Although Embrace Network has been, I'm calling it sabbatical. I've been away for a year, and but I've been to two networking events recently, and I realized I actually miss networking very much. So I wanted to hear from the people. So I put it out there, 2026 Networking Forum. Welcome. So far, we just have Trevor Bright joining us, although I know that there should be at least one more. There were a couple people that said that they couldn't come at the last minute. So, Trevor, you were telling me a story off camera that I wanted to record about a networking event you've just been to, because this is the whole point of the networking forum is I want to hear from everyone. I want to brainstorm what people like and what they don't like. So Trevor Wright of Wright Wealth, a very heart-centered insurance guy, and you've got a new YouTube channel, so we'll make sure that we promote that. Trevor Wright Insurance, Wealth Insurance Guy is the channel, so go check out Trevor Wright. You can also find him. Trevor, where else can we find you? Can people follow you?
Oh, Instagram. Guelph Insurance Guy.
Okay.
LinkedIn, I'm on there under my name, and Facebook, Guelph Insurance Guy.
Perfect. Love it. All right.
Or just my name.
Tell me your networking story.
Well, first of all, I want to say I'm very happy to be back with Embrace Network, but it's actually hard for me to say happy to be back because really in your mind, I've only been around for a couple of weeks. So this is my first time caller, first time
long time listener.
Long time listener. So thanks for inviting me out. I'm happy to be here as part of.
We're happy you're here for the first time.
I'm a rookie. Yeah, I went out to a networking event. This would be beginning of November, and I was invited probably, I would say, beginning of October. And I told the guy, sure, I'd love to. What the heck? It's lunch. Why not? I'm not going to eat alone. That's what I've always been taught. So I sat down. I'm going to say maybe 14 or 15 people there. Great lunch, great conversation, everything. Meeting was all done about 10 after 1, about quarter after 1. I got in my car, got home. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I get an email from the person who runs like the provincial chapter group. Oh, hey, Trevor, blah, 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 blah. And here's the link to sign up and blah, 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 blah. It was great to have blah, blah, blah. There was never one time in that whole email that she said, are you interested? So I didn't respond. And then last week this week I got an email saying, yeah, the next meeting is coming up. Here's the link for signing up. It's $97 a month, and then you just pay for your meal and blah, 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 blah. Still nothing saying, are you interested in joining us? And then yesterday, hey, the meeting's coming up next week. Are you interested on? And I just said, no. I said, thank you very much. I said, the one issue I have with any networking group is that, there's somebody in a certain profession that I'm also very good friends of with somebody who's in that profession. It's like, if I can't bring something to the table, then I don't really like for everybody that's in the group, then I really don't think it's fair for the group. So I politely declined. But to get 3 emails, and none of those 3 emails actually asked if I was interested in joining.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the commitment's like $1,200 a year.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, it's just.
Yeah. It's so funny because to me, what that screams of is it's not consent based, right? Yeah. Like they never actually asked. And I've had consent based conversations a lot. I'm a mom of teenagers, and it was really important to me to teach my kids about consent. They use it against me all the time, especially when I want to pinch their cute bums, which apparently you're not allowed to do to teenagers anymore. And so they scream at me, I do not give you consent. Anyway, no, I appreciate that, Trevor, because that's one of my pet peeves as well is don't assume that I'm interested, please. And curiosity is one of my most important values. And I think when I was running Embrace Network, that was one of the things, like ask the questions, right? Approach everything. I approach the world with curiosity. It's how I was raised. I got it from my dad. And that is really important to me. If I meet someone new and they don't ask me a single question, then you're not my people. So right. Curiosity and consent based, that's really important. So thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome. And it's definitely not networking the right way.
It's not networking the right way. We'll get to that, Trevor. I do want
Yeah.
you to talk about your group as well. So I'm going to share my stories. So I've been to two new networking events recently. I went to, because I'm creating a women's group called the Society of Too Much Women, for those of us that have been told that we are too much or too intense or too sensitive, all of the too muches. Anyway, so I was promoting my women's circle, and my good friend Kimberly, who was supposed to be joining us, but she had stuff going on this afternoon, so she may not be able to make it. But Kimberly brought me to, she was speaking at a group called the Halton Women's Networking event, run by Sarah Hodge of Sarah Hodge Digital. And it was a great event. I loved it. And I haven't done any networking in basically like well over a year. After I shut Embrace Network down, I kind of was like, no, I need a break. I needed a break. And I was very excited. It was in this interesting place in Milton. So the setting was different than a lot of networking because it wasn't in a restaurant. It was part of a plaza, but we were actually in a classroom with a door that closed and like a whiteboard and stuff. So it was more of a like professional education type vibe. And I realized I love that. So we'll circle back, Trevor, too, to talk about your boardroom as well. Because when we were doing it, I didn't love that space, but now that I've been away from it for a while, I might like that more. So sorry, I'm just going to let Marseille in here. So,
Okay.
yes, go ahead.
I do need to get going though.
Oh, it's time for you to go.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
thank you
Sorry,
for
sorry
sharing.
about that.
No, it's all good. I'm not alone. Marseille just logged in.
Yeah, perfect timing.
Tag, high five. Thanks, Trevor, so much.
All right, we'll talk to you in a little bit.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Marseille,
Hey,
how are you?
I'm still kicking.
Good. I am recording, just so that you know. If
Yeah.
we could do a social catch up if I once we're done the recording, or I could pause it, whatever. But I was just in the middle of a story. Trevor has to go pick up his daughter, so he's heading out. I'm waiting. My friend Kimberly said she was logging in as well. But just to recap, the whole point of having the 2026 networking forum today was to reach out, and I want to hear from people of what they want in networking, because I've been to two networking events lately and very different experiences. So I want to tell those stories, because I will be sending out this recording to everyone who registered, and because there's a couple people that couldn't make it today. So anyway, Marseille, before we continue, will you introduce yourself? What are you up to these days?
Oh, just treading water is what I'm up to.
Well, I'm glad to see you. It's nice to see you.
Thank you. Nice to see you too. Well, I'm so I don't know where we left off, but the province, Doug Ford, privatized all of the employment supports in Ontario. So all of the ODSP work that I was doing was all lumped in with this.
Yeah. So you were setting up a not-for-profit, is that right?
Yes, also.
Okay.
So I have been through 2.5 years of hell with this employment thing. But the thing is that it was my main income. And I didn't have, like, I can't all of a sudden get like 25 psychotherapy clients, like, especially when you're pulled by all of this. It's all computers. It's all computer shit.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with people. Who cares about them?
Not client-centric at all, right?
No. So I do have a nonprofit. Now the site isn't up anymore because the guy who was supposed to be doing the work on it was, once in a while he'd do it, and like it just wasn't. And this is the year coming up is the year to really get on this.
Okay.
And so I have a couple of volunteers who they don't really know how to do coding and all that stuff. But I just met somebody actually who does know at least some stuff. So I just spent half the day trying to arrange a meeting for Monday night, including him. So we're trying to get all of that stuff put together. in terms of getting the website up and running again, and with some things that this guy hadn't put in and stuff like that. Anyways, so there's that, which is the thing I really want. That's what I really want. To me, this program it was the best that I'd ever seen preventative program that got cut by Mike Harris in the 90s. Preventative in terms of mental health. And when I was told by my boss that you're going to have to go into employment because you're not going to have a job anymore doing this, life skills. I just had this vision of just total deprivation of people having a mental health diagnosis left, right, and center, and it's all happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I can't stand it because I know a program that could really help.
Yep.
And so my goals, I have some goals with this. Once I can get it going, do a pilot project, that sort of thing, I want to go around to different communities and give little talks, give little demos. And I want this to become a movement, not just a couple of workshops, but a movement.
Yeah, love that.
That's what, and so I want to bring people in like social work students, qualifying psychotherapists, that kind of thing, and train them for free. They can be my assistants. Train them for free to become life skills coaches.
Love it.
And I call it emotional life skills coaches, and build that up and have this conglomeration of people out there doing this.
Love it.
That's that, and I'm also taking another psychotherapy training, Gabor Mate's training.
Oh, nice.
And I'm taking a group therapy training because what I want to do myself, once all of this is out there running rampant throughout the world.
I love your vision.
I want to, thank you. I want to just on my own, just have one or two group therapy things going and my clients, and that's it. That's how I want to live the rest of my life.
Oh, Marseille, I love it. Thank you for sharing. That's amazing. I love your vision. And I feel like you and I need to have tea so that we can talk about collaborating and how I can help. So, yeah. Kimberly has joined us. Hi, Kim.
Hey, Kimberly.
Marseille, have you met Kimberly before? I can't remember.
I don't know. You look familiar. And
I think we have met in the past because you look familiar to me.
Okay. Yeah. Lovely. So Kimberly has a business called Retroscripts, and she has 3 different facets to that business. She runs a writing group that I belong to called the League of Exploratory Writers, which is phenomenal and amazing. Wow. So motivating.
During that sometime.
Oh, Marseille, it would be awesome. It's so helpful. I have made so much progress in writing the book that I've had in my head for years. And I'm like this close to finishing it because of we meet every 2 weeks, and it's so motivating. Yeah, it's amazing. And then Kimberly also makes amazing products. So all natural, homemade, amazing products. So if you're looking for some buy local, gifty type things, Marseille, Retroscripts Apothecary. She makes hand cream. She makes lip balm. She makes sunblock.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, room sprays, all with essential oils, but all natural products. So yeah, amazing.
Wonderful. Yes. And does she live in Guelph? Do you live in Guelph?
I don't. I live in Port Colborne right now.
Okay.
So she's 2 hours from us, Marseille, but I see her as often as I can because she's my bestie. I'm going to see her on Saturday for a market in Welland. So if you want anything, then yeah, I'll help you out with that. I'll put the Retroscripts Apothecary link in chat once we get going. But the third thing, part of the Retroscripts umbrella, is her Healing Hollows grief coaching. So she has a grief group that we do online. Yeah, you guys
Beautiful.
would love that. Yeah, you would love it, Marseille. Kimberly is an
Yeah.
amazing facilitator. So we had another meeting last night and talked about slowing down for the winter, and it was so good. So
Slowing down. Oh, no,
yeah.
sorry. No. What? Slowing down for the winter?
That's
Yeah,
funny.
slowing down is not possible, but also needed. So she gave us some homework, which is, I love getting homework so that we can then, I'm all about accountability. You know me, Marseille, I'm always trying to run groups and have accountability. So Kimberly does the same thing. It's amazing. So
Fabulous.
Thank you.
yeah. So Kimberly Marseille is a psychotherapist. She has started a not-for-profit and is doing many things. So, but yeah. The whole point of today was to talk about networking stuff. So, Marseille, in terms of promoting your vision and the things you're trying to accomplish, what are you looking for in a networking event?
People that will, give me ideas and carry the ideas of the work with them, and and notice where something might fit, where something might not, who might be, someone they bump into might be helpful, might not, whatever, just notice.
So that part of networking where you're making connections and the brainstorming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Now, you have mostly joined over the years virtually. Do you do any networking in person, Marseille?
Right now?
Yeah.
I haven't, no, I don't think so.
Because leaving the house is hard?
Well, kind of, but also
yeah.
I network in my own way. Like I do reach out when I really have to.
Yes.
I don't network enough. I think. I don't do. No, I haven't done any in-person networking. Other than if I bump into somebody and talk to them or something, but nothing.
Right. Yeah.
Established.
Nothing in person to meet new people kind of thing. So yeah. Kimberly, I'm going to ask you the same question, but first I want to kind of tell the story about the Halton Women's Networking that we went to that you were a speaker at, if that's okay with you. So Trevor was here, but he had to go pick up his daughter because it's that time of day. I know that's where you're going to, Kimberly.
Yep.
So I apologize for the timing of this. Yes, so the Halton Women's Networking was really good. I was explaining just before Marseille came on that it was linked to a coffee shop in Milton, but it was actually in a classroom. So we had a door that we could close, so we were the only ones in there, which is different than a lot of the networking that I've done, where a lot of the networking is like in a restaurant kind of thing, and there's food involved and that sort of thing. But I actually really loved the Halton Women's Networking group where it was in a classroom. It was just us. Sure, it was a little bit, it was a little toasty, wasn't it, Kimberly? But other than that, it was
a little bit. Yep.
It was nice to have a room just where we could hear each other. Hearing was the thing. And I know back when I was running Embrace Networking in person, when we met at Starberry, on Woodland Road in Guelph. That was one of the complaints that I heard often was people were, as the group got bigger and bigger, people had difficulty hearing each other. So I really like the Halton Women's Networking because it was in a separate room. I also loved it. It was a smaller group. How many was, I don't think, was there 10 of us, Kimberly?
11.
Okay. So it was a smaller group, which I loved, and it allowed for opportunities for us to connect with each other after. There were 4 guest speakers. So Kimberly was one of the speakers, did an amazing talk about marketing for the holidays with heart and not using yucky principles of influence like scarcity and time limits and that sort of thing. So it was great. Anyway, so I loved that it was the location of it being in a classroom where everyone could hear. Parking was not an issue. Trevor was telling a story about going to a networking event. He couldn't find parking, so he just left because, you know, I'm not going to turn myself into a pretzel trying to figure out where I need to park for something like this. If you go to a place that doesn't have enough parking, then that's a problem. So these are the things that are important to me: parking, accessibility, being able to hear. And I don't care so much if there's food. Like, I'll bring a tea with me wherever I go. But the Halton women did have a plate of pastries with some muffins and other delicious things. That was nice. And I love that it was a diverse group. Yes, it was only women, but there was a diversity in ethnicities, and that was really important to me too. So I really, really liked that. So those were the things that were important to me. That's what I'm looking for. And in terms of it being a smaller group, it was, for me, it's quality conversations rather than quantity, because I've always said this as when I was leading Embrace Network, would say, I don't believe in going to a place and throwing out business cards and crossing my fingers that someone will give me a referral. I would rather have a quality conversation with someone, start building a relationship, build some trust, and I believe better referrals can come from that. So that's my stuff. Kimberly, do you have a chance before you get your daughter to say, what is it that you're looking for in a networking event?
I think I'm a mixture of both of you guys, to be honest. Like Marseille was saying, I was nodding at you. I don't network this year. I want to help do it, to be honest. I'm very introverted, so I want to stay home.
Sorry, you're in that spot where you always cut out. So it's okay. I know. All right, try again. Can you say that again? Yeah, I think it's.
Yeah, I was saying. You can hear me? Okay. I was saying that I'm a mixture of both you and Marseille. Because like Marseille, I haven't left the house or done very much networking this year. I don't want to necessarily leave the house to do it. But I know it's a necessary evil, I guess I will say. But like you, I liked the diversity last time. Loved it. And the reason I say that is being a Black woman, sometimes being in a room, and it's not even just being a Black woman, it's where I am in terms of my business. I've been around longer. I've been around for 10 years, but that doesn't mean that I don't have challenges and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes I find you can get into a networking group where everybody has issues that don't really pertain to me, and I feel stuck. And I'm like, oh. Or I can get into a networking group where it's not as authentic, like it's not real. Everyone has these airs on, and I'm just feeling uncomfortable because everyone's kind of live up and one up each other. And I'm like, this isn't what we need to do. I would love, like we did last time in the Halton Women's group, where everyone was supportive. Everybody wanted to hear. For the most part, people weren't wanting to just get a word in and say their own thing. People genuinely wanted to hear and support each other. And I loved that. Yeah. But I don't think that's the norm in a lot of the groups, especially I would say in some of the higher paid groups.
Yeah.
It seems like the more you pay, the more I don't feel like I belong there.
I relate to that deeply. Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
I hope that answers the question.
Yeah. Do you prefer virtual or do you prefer, well, you're in Niagara, so it's like, yeah.
To some degree, I prefer virtual just because then I can attend the ones that are further. Like your group, I love, obviously. So I love, but I'm not going to drive to Guelph because I can't drive to Guelph and get everything else done.
Yeah.
I also think that in person, there's obviously that element of connection, but if the group's done properly, you can have that connection virtually as well.
Absolutely. I agree.
Definitely.
Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah. So the second story I wanted to tell was about networking I went to last week. And I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, the purpose was community connections. So it wasn't just for entrepreneurs. It was also just come out to a fun like connecting event. I love the idea of connecting and community. I am all for that. It was a massive event though. So it sold out. There were 100 tickets. And as one of the most extroverted people I know, I was excited for this. I'm like, this is going to be awesome. So I got there and, there's a room full of people. And even as an extrovert, I had that like, oh God, because I knew like 2 or 3 people there, but most of them were brand new to me. So I was walking into a room of strangers, which I can thrive in that situation, although not as much as before the pandemic. I was telling Trevor before you guys got on that I have had serious permanent impacts from hibernating in the pandemic. I am not as extroverted as I used to be. Also an age thing, I think. Anyway, so I walk into this room and one of the first people that approaches me is a financial guy. And I have 3 good friends from Embrace Network that are financial and insurance guys. And also, I spent 16 years in the insurance industry. I understand insurance. I do not want to be pitched on insurance. Anyway, I listened to this guy for a minute and then I felt like he was mansplaining insurance to me. So then I got my heckles up and was like, yeah, I know. I spent 16 years in the insurance industry. I get it. And he didn't even hear me say that. And he continued his pitch, like he continued to mansplain the insurance to me, at which point I like totally checked out. And I'm like, okay, if you can't acknowledge someone's experience, if you can't hear the fact that I do actually understand insurance, I could explain life insurance. I have explained life insurance to so many people in my personal life. And yeah, I don't need it explained to me. But anyway, so that kind of like ruffled my feathers a little bit. And I'm like, okay, not a big deal. I'm here to promote my women's circle. So, I want to connect with the women in the group. So I went around and I just couldn't find the right audience. I couldn't find the people that I am looking for to recruit for the Society of Too Much Women. And then I got really overwhelmed. It was so loud in there. It was really hard to hear people. And again, I circle back to this is a thing for me, is being able to hear. And I know, one of my good close friends has hearing impaired, my sister. And so I'm always aware that hearing challenges make those kinds of environments super frustrating. So I got overwhelmed and I wanted to get out of there. So we ended up leaving early. So yeah, that I did not enjoy. Halton Women's Networking, I really enjoyed. So it's interesting though, because I really think that, room full of that many people, although I don't think there was quite 100 there, but there was like definitely well over 50. There was a room full of people. But I think that is the volume transactions, right? Get out there, talk to as many people as you can, get your business card out there. That doesn't speak to who I am. And what you
not intimate.
No. And Kimberly, what you said about
that's like a numbers game. I mean, it's not really
it is, it's volume. It's quantity over quality. And I much prefer quality. I would rather, meet 2 people and have some good conversations and start to build a relationship than meet 50 people and give them my business card so that at least the awareness is out there. That's not how I want to network. So, but I also know lots of people who are introverted, and I know lots of people. I had a great conversation with another. Sorry, those are my school alarms I forgot to turn off. I am not doing kid pickup today. Anyway, I had an interesting conversation with a friend of mine who hates networking, like hates it and won't do it. They rely on social media to get the word out and word of mouth, which absolutely totally works. And they've been able to build their business, not a problem. But I think just the word, it shifted my perspective, because I love networking and I didn't realize that so many people actually have an idea in their head of what networking looks like, and that's what they hate. And I'm like, no, that's not what I do. That's not what Embrace Network was about. Embrace Network was about the quality, about making those connections and having those good conversations. So
I think that's very rare, fortunately.
It is rare. Yeah, it is rare. And I think the thing that I was caught on before I needed a break was how much to charge for these kinds of things, because I was doing it mostly for free, and that is not sustainable in this world. The world is expensive. So Marseille, I'm going to put you on the spot again. If you were to choose, I'm going to just give you a couple of options. If you were voting in a poll, would you choose in person or virtual?
Depending on where the in-person is, if it's next door, then I'll go.
Yeah.
But
you live in Guelph, right?
Yeah, I live in Guelph.
Okay. Yeah.
I actually like the convenience of virtual.
Yeah. 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 And what time frame, like if you were to design your own like ideal networking, how long would it be?
Oh, 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah. And how many people would you love to be able to connect with?
5, 10.
Yeah. Smaller group. Okay. Kimberly, same questions. Virtual or in person, ideally. And I know you're not anywhere near us, but
Ideally, for me, it would depend on the group if I ever went to an in-person one.
yeah.
That 100 or whatever that you went to, that is my own personal hell. I would never do that. But
Yep.
but if it was like a good group of 10 people, I'd probably travel. I traveled to Milton to do that talk, and I would have gone to it even if I wasn't presenting, because I know Sarah does those great in like community groups. And I would drive to yours and Guelph as well, because I know you can facilitate. But
Yeah.
predominantly, I'd say online, because then I don't have to leave my house.
Yeah.
And time is precious to me.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
sorry, what was the other question? Number or?
Yeah. How many people would you like to connect with, and how long, like timing wise, would work for you?
Timing is tricky, because if I'm gonna connect with people, I want to do those one-on-one talks. Like I've had people do breakout rooms and stuff, because that's the way I know I sell very well. I do better with selling, and not even selling, but connecting and hearing other people. When it's one-on-one, I can actually understand. If it's like, if there were 15 people on this call right now and you went around and spoke one at a time, I'll write down the information, but odds are I don't know that people will reconnect with me after, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say between people and 2 hours, because as bad as it sounds, I can do other things while I'm networking. Like I can write ideas and stuff down, right?
Yeah. So. Yeah. Okay. I appreciate that feedback. That's awesome. Have you had conversations, Kimberly? You're getting into that yucky stretch where you're cutting in and out again too. So I know. Are you going to have to leave us shortly? You have to leave us shortly, don't you?
No, I'm about 10 minutes away still.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So in my head, I'm leaning towards, if we're going to do this, it would be online. Hour and a half kind of thing. I love the hour and a half. It's kind of magical, because it usually takes, 15 minutes for everybody to get in and get settled kind of thing, and then get going. But yeah, so I had another question and I have lost it. Okay, Marseille.
I like the idea as well of giving.
No, you go ahead, Kimberly. You started. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. I was going to say, I like the idea as well of giving people the option. Hey, if you do have to drop off, because I know some people do get overwhelmed or they're not feeling it. And I would rather not chat with someone who I know wants to get off the call, because I have had experiences online where we do the one-on-ones and the person just bitches the whole time about having to, and I'm like, well, then don't be here. And I don't mean it in a mean way. I just mean this is for people who want to network.
Yeah.
So the option to log off is always there. No one's keeping you.
Yeah. I like that. Thanks for that input. Yeah, for sure. Marseille, what were you going to say?
Well, a couple things. One is, that like, because of the avenue of work that I'm trying to build, or I am building.
You are building.
I would like it if there were some people in the group that were sort of that venue, of that
Yeah.
area of work.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but some of them. And what actually was kind of interesting, I did go to this group, it's called Tuesdays at Noon. I don't know if you've heard of it. The woman's in Kitchener. It's
Okay.
online. Anyways, I have gone, not often, but a few, maybe 5 times in the last year. But a woman came in that group that changed my life.
Oh.
And I think the universe was listening, because she said to me, she said she's like a, what do you call it, not a contractor, but something like that. And she said, I want to talk to you, because I said I've got three businesses, and mentioned what they were. And she said, and so I had this conversation with her after, another day, and she said, I want to get all of these businesses off the ground. Now, the thing is that she's very business oriented, not so much social service, nonprofit oriented. However, she got me out of a situation that was literally killing me with this employment stuff.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, and she did it like that. She told me I have to fire the guy that I'm paying to
Oh,
do nothing.
okay. That's a big
And
deal. Yeah.
she, I mean, I had to do the work, but
Yeah.
she said, you gotta get rid of that guy. She had a conversation with him.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, she went out of her way.
That's
So
amazing.
there are places that I'm
Yeah.
maybe could use her again in some way.
Yeah.
But that just, like, I just felt like I was living half dead because
Yeah.
of this situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm still working out of it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But you look more like yourself. You look more than you look better than last time I don't mean aesthetically. I mean you look more settled and grounded in your own skin is what I mean, that you look
Thank
better.
you.
Yeah. So you don't look like you're suffocating to death right now, which is
Well,
lovely.
thank
That's
you,
lovely.
because
Yeah.
that's a very good description of how I felt
Yeah.
for almost 3 years.
Yeah. That's tough.
Suffocating.
Yeah. That's tough. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap up unless either of you have anything else to say, because I think I got what I needed out of this networking forum. Kimberly, I'm sorry you missed Trevor. But yeah, kid pickup is a real thing. So this timing is awkward.
Yeah, definitely.
It's
That's
all
a
good.
long drive to
It's
get your.
I was teaching for my Healing Hollows grief coaching. I was teaching at Wellspring, Niagara, and so I'm going from Wellspring or Point Hill to Ridgeway.
Oh, I see. I
Bit of
thought,
a-
my God, you have to drive this kid to school every day, like for an hour, and then drive
No,
home.
no.
No, there was a detour to work.
There was. Yep.
Yes. I hope Wellspring went well today, Kimberly. Was it good?
It was good. It's always funny when you discuss grief with a bunch of women with cancer. You never know what's going to come out of it. Never know what. And I love everything that comes out of their mouths. They were angry today, and I love anger. So
Oh,
it
that's
was
your
good.
element. Yeah, I love it.
My element.
Very
They got
cool.
to dive into that and release it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
an in-person group?
Yes, it's in person that I teach. It's in Font Hill. I don't know if you know where Font Hill is. It's in Niagara.
Yeah.
But it's in a center that's for people with cancer. They offer different groups and stuff. And I go and teach there just about grief. Today was about stillness. And so I guess they were releasing their anger so they could be still. It was really good.
Love it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I know you probably have to go. I'm curious about your grief work and your grief background and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Let's chat. I'm open.
Yes, I will I will connect you too so that you can have some chats. And also, I think there would be value in us, the three of us, having like a Zoom chat about leading groups and that sort of thing. Marseille, one of the other ideas I have toyed with is having a group for community leaders. And so for the groups that you want to run, that would be a very cool space for you to participate in. And Kimberly does the same thing too. So
yeah,
maybe 2026 is the year that I actually get that idea out of my head and into practice.
Well,
Great.
astrology is saying that this is the year of the people,
Yep.
and two psychics I talked to said the same thing.
Oh, I love it,
Love that.
Marseille.
But
Very
it's going to
cool.
take a lot of work.
It's
But it's the year of bold action.
bold
Yes.
action. Yeah. I know.
I love that.
Kimberly and I talk every day, and half of our messages are like, all right, go kick ass and take names. So yeah,
Yep.
that's exactly the feeling we're trying to embody. So we're going to bring you up in that, Marseille. Let's connect more.
Fantastic.
I love it. All right. 2026 is our year. Woo woo.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you both very much for sharing and participating. This was phenomenal. My heart is full. I miss this community and connecting and that sort of thing. So stay tuned for Embrace Network 2026, a whole new world. You don't want me singing.
Hilarious.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you for joining, and we'll talk again soon. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.